Dude, you've added a ton of stuff to your swag shop, have you not?
Right. Right.
I'm like, we need to step up our game just a little bit because you are like, you're making some cool stuff.
Right. You saw it? You saw it? One thing that I am kind of crazy about right now that I know that I can't put on is these long socks. Have you saw the socks?
No. What are these long socks?
You want to see them?
Yeah.
1 second.
Hey guys, welcome on. Please tell me where you guys are listening from. I have Lupi G on with me, one of my very dear friends, and so I'm so excited. And I'm going to have him tell you more about himself once he gets back. But I want you guys to be able to ask him questions. Do you have a freaking pillow?
So when I drink my tea in the morning.
Oh my gosh, I love.
When I'm missing my family, I just, there's no place like home.
I love it.
So, throw pillow. Do y'all have some of these, right?
We have this one, but we need one of those.
What? We DealMachine swag.
Yeah. All the DealMachine swag.
No, this is what disappointed me about these socks. These are like knee-high socks. And I need to wear these.
Wow. I'm impressed.
For a woman, they would be great.
Yeah. I was about to say I'd wear those.
Almost got it. Almost. Be still. Ooh. So, yeah, making it happen. I love DealMachine.
And we love Loopy G.
Right. How are y'all doing today? What is the weather like?
Loopy, I want you to tell everyone like your story, man. Like you're just like, I want them to know if they haven't followed you already, they don't know like how you got into real estate investing. Like I want them to know everything and then be able to ask you questions.
Wow. So where do I start? So you want to go, how far back you want to go? To the beginning of my journey?
Dude, I want to go to the beginning of your journey because there may be people of the same like storyline.
Okay, so basically, I'm Lupi G. I'm an active real estate investor, but I wasn't always Lupi G. I was actually a whole nother person. My actual go by name at the time was Jono, and I am basically from an environment where it's very hostile, and I had to climb up out of that hostile environment. And actually, after almost losing my life and losing my freedom, I had to make a turn for the better, which led me to real estate investing. And the crazy thing about that is actually watching a infomercial late night on TV. I came across a real estate event, and it was actually basically like a seminar. And that's what actually propelled me and gave me the paradigm shift for me to now be a real estate investor. So along the way, I've lost a lot of people due to gang violence, and it's tough. But hey, I'm here now, and I'm making positive moves, and basically trying to make sure I can save as many lives as possible, because changing lives, man, that comes simple. I'm trying to go for the people that actually need their life saved, because real estate investing, and not just real estate investing, DealMachine actually saved my life. I actually told David that if y'all don't know who David is, that's David Lecco. He's the founder of DealMachine. He actually saved my life with this app, because it gave me an opportunity to not get to the point where I was super discouraged. It made it easy for me to keep track of what I was doing and what I was looking forward to going after. And it led me to my first few deals, which was crazy, because how I got the DealMachine deals was actually going down the streets where I had problems with people in my neighborhood. So instead of taking action in the wrong direction, I took a different type of action, and I actually like closed down a couple dope selling spots without actually, you know, doing the wrong thing. So DealMachine helped me out a lot.
I love it. Well, like okay, this started how many years ago?
Right at about two years ago.
Two.
Change now.
Okay.
I've invested in real estate for like a year and 8 months or something like that now. A year and 10 months. So.
And you've just like, I feel like you've just exploded. Like you now have a portfolio going, do you not?
Right. So I'm actually at a house that I DealMachine, and it's a pretty house. So I actually DealMachine this house, leaving from another house that I acquired, which is right across the way. So I actually own two properties in this particular subdivision. All these houses are built in 2018, and actually a partner of mine that was basically we came into the business together, and he was kind of mentoring me and showing me how I can start being creative with deal structuring. That way, I was able to acquire property. So him and I both actually own this property that's really like directly across. I'm looking at it through the blinds. It's actually a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2018 built. I'm actually like in a smaller house, but I'm able to collect my rent from sitting right here every month, and it's amazing. So after picking up rent, I actually started DealMachine and the rest of the houses that were for sale in this neighborhood, because we are in the middle of a pandemic. People are losing jobs and needing help. And with me learning how to do different type of deal structures, I decided to DealMachine all the houses that had real estate agent signs in the yard, because those were motivated sellers that are basically going through something. And my thing was, hey, I needed to make calls. So skip trace to start making calls, and now I have another house in this neighborhood. So
I love this. Yes, show that.
cash flow is king. So my thing is, I'm trying to make sure that I'm maximizing the potential of not only myself, but every property that I come across. And my thing is, if we can get paid 3 ways, I'm not gonna just try to get paid 1 way.
Right. And as people are coming on, please feel free to ask Loopy G a lot of questions, because he's so full of knowledge. Like, you got into the creative, like, financing type part of things. You do sub twos. I feel like you are one of the epitomes of like problem solving. Like, if you can't figure out, you always try to figure out a way to help that person.
Right. So as far as where I come in at is with this business, I already know that, hey, we're in the business of providing a particular service. And then with me always, you know, being a hustler, I've never been a hustler, man. I always been a hustler. So my thing is, I never had a 9-to-5 job. I don't even know what that's like. And you know, this is not for anybody that have a 9-to-5. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying me, myself, I always been an entrepreneur. It may not have been the right entrepreneur, but hey, I'm at it right now. And with the skills that I already had and the mindset I already had, this was like a cakewalk for me, as far as being able to solve problems, and then make sure the right person get the right amount of money, and then making sure the other person is taken care of. And then at the end of the day, I receive my blessings. So my thing is making sure we not only provide a particular service, but we understand what these individuals need, because every case is a case by case scenario. And to be honest with you, if y'all don't know, as far as real estate investing goes, you really don't know until you talk to the seller, build a report, and then after that, you start making this stuff. You make it up as you go. And if you think I'm lying, I think you should just try, nose diving into real estate, because you never know what type of deal or deal structuring you have to do. So you actually have to make this stuff up as you go, period.
Okay, so we've got a couple of people. We got Isaiah, who says, what's up? We got real estate investor, and then we have Hefty Lefty saying, proud of your transition, real power moves, and that's what's up. Loopy is amazing. Also, okay, so we have some questions coming in. How hard was it getting your first deal, Loopy?
To be honest with you, it wasn't hard at all, because I got my first deals in the same backyard and playground that I was playing in. And like I said, Like I was having problems with people in the streets at this time. So like I was actually in the middle of a gang war and I almost lost my life. So with this being said, at this point in time, I already knew what all the old broken down raggedy houses was, where the people that I did not like hang at. So what I did was I deal machine those houses, and and I and I started shutting down some of those houses by actually closing deals. So it really wasn't hard for me. It took about a week and a half. Once I actually downloaded Deal Machine, I uploaded a lot of properties, and within 7 days, I actually had my first few contracts just by using Deal Machine. So two thumbs up for Deal Machine, and it was an amazing transition, and it was an absolute blessing because I didn't have to ride by and write down each property. When I first started, I was using another app, and it was kind of it wasn't nowhere near like Deal Machine. So this app was only able to show me different things. I wasn't able to hold the information and actually gather the information and things like that. So when I got this particular app, like a couple days later, it expanded everything for me, and it gave me instant information on the seller. It showed me where I was, and then being able to collect the data. It just made everything a lot smoother, a lot easier, and I feel like if I would have had to learn the hard way before this app was out, and you had to ride by and take a picture of every house and write down every address, I think it would have been tough on me. But this gave me all the heart that I needed to do to move forward, not look back, and made everything a lot easy for me.
And you didn't only just drive for dollars, you walked for dollars. Like you took Sucker Free, if I do recall, on walks with you, and you guys would do.
Right. So Sucker Free is my Frenchie, and Honey was pregnant at the time. So Honey really needed to be trimmed down. So I actually was walking for dollars also. So a lot of people, you really don't need a car. You don't need gas. If you have feet, you have a wheelchair, you can walk. You jog. You can actually do all these type of things just by. And hey, with me, I actually Deal Machine my uncle house and stuff too, and I actually put that on my IG live. So if you're serious, then nobody is safe.
Yeah, nobody is safe. What's so crazy though is that people do just need to think about areas they know, because I feel like most of the people say I get my first deal in like their old neighborhood or something like that, and I mean they're just right there. Let's see. I want to know this because you have talked about a couple of different states you're in. So what states do you work in now?
So I'm actually in Houston, Texas. So I actually have deals going on in Houston, Texas, of course. I have a property with a good friend of mine that I met on Instagram. Her name is Portia. So Portia and I actually have a property in Pennsylvania, subject to the existing mortgage, and we have a tenant in there, and they've been good to us. So that was my first subject to deal that was out of state. And then my first closing for a wholesale deal that I actually did virtually. That was in Las Vegas. I closed that in the beginning of the year with the guy that I actually met. Or I think we met at the 100K Club conference in November. So him and we end up catching back up in December, and we end up having a deal and closing it for 35,000, and that was like in about a month. So I actually helped him close his first deal. It was an absolute blessing, So right now I'm all over the place, So there's no place that I'm not calling home. I actually went driving for dollars with Dave and Lecco out there in India. So
you were like, whoa, slow down, man, slow down. We gotta add these houses over here.
Huh?
You were like telling David to slow down because we were going past so many houses that were like.
Right. So we end up driving for dollars again, and I actually have some a nice amount of leads out there. So like I actually do list pulling also. So I'm kind of all over the place. So man, I even had deals that really didn't fall through, that didn't go through for me also, that was out of state. I was marketing in Louisiana. I'm actually about to start marketing out there right now because two hurricanes hit out there. So pretty sure a lot of people are gonna need help in Lake Charles, and we're not even 2.5 hours away from there. And then I actually had a deal with a buddy of mine in Florida, but the lady was like 52,000 in arrears, and we couldn't actually get nobody to come in and produce the amount of cash that we needed to actually take over the property subject to the existing mortgage. So that kind of fell through. And with these people slamming that gavel down on these people with the foreclosures now, people are going to have to start moving quickly now. So, man, it's a tough situation for quite a few people out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just love that you keep saying that it's about helping people. I think people need to realize that's the mindset you need to be successful, is that you help others. Isaiah wants to know, what was your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
I think you should ask me like a more specific question, like what was my biggest challenge doing what? Because every day is a challenge. I wake up at 4-5 in the morning, and that's a challenge. But if I open my eyes, then I go ahead and get up. So even with that is a challenge. So let me know exactly what you mean. That way I can really address your question, and I want to make sure I give you a solid answer that makes sense. I don't want to be all over the place. So please put that back in the comment exactly what you mean, so I can give you the right answer.
The transition is a real process. And then I got Top Real Estate Kid. It's got 120 properties loaded and just did the skip trace. So
right, now the thing is to get on the dollar column. If you do have marketing money, send out a text blast first, if possible. That would be my go-to. Send out a text blast, and then from there, talk to those people that respond immediately. And then, after that, the thing is filtering process. So you want to start calling, after that. So you want to send out that initial text blast first. Then after that, you want to get on the phones and start calling. If you have people making calls for you, have them call for you. But 120 properties, I think you should call those yourself, because if you only loaded 120 properties, that's not a lot of properties, to be honest with you. I can get like 200 to 300 within an hour and a half. So if you need, like some pointers and stuff, that's what I'm here to do. Give y'all pointers. That way y'all can move a lot swifter and gather a lot more data quickly. Because 120 properties, you should be doing the minimum 250. Every time you're pulling your list off of DealMachine, you need to be, pulling at least 250. So that means every time you go out, I want you guys to at least be trying to put 250 properties in your app, your DealMachine app, when you go drive for dollars. Not 20, not 5, not 100, not 150, not 200, 250. That way, every time you go out, you're going to hit a real target. So that means if you go out 4 days out the week, that's 1,000 leads. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, Loopy. I'm going to have to cut that out, and I need to make that a clip for Hannah over here to put in Facebook group and marketing. Cause that's that's perfect. And I know it's different. That's why I love you're saying it, because I know it's different that I'm here and I'm working for DealMachine, but you're using it, and you've taught how many people. I feel like every time I talk to you, you're teaching someone new to use DealMachine.
Right, because I was calling you not too long ago, right before your birthday. I was at 8 in the morning, hey, I need help. I need to get these people on board so we can get out and drive for dollars. And hey, what time it was? Probably 8 or something like that.
It was early, because for me it was early. I know you wake up at 5 in the morning, but I was I looked at my phone when I woke up, and I'm why is Loopy calling me so early?
So I called David. David, I put the DealMachine sign in the sky. It was still morning. David saw that sign and called me, and we made it happen. So I've been teaching a lot of people how to use DealMachine. My first few deals, to be honest with everybody out there, my first few deals was actually me teaching somebody how to DealMachine. I was already using the app and everything, and this was probably my 5th day or so like that, DealMachine, and I was getting people reaching out to me because I was posting my activity, and I was training somebody how to drive for dollars, and that's how I got our first few deals, and then we closed on them and knocked them out, and then from there, things started moving forward into a positive direction and then a more creative direction to where I start learning about list pulling and things like that. But hey, DealMachine have it now to where you can drive for dollars at home. And now you don't even have to leave out the front door, if you get with Elisa and the staff at DealMachine that basically, put you onto the tutorials.
Oh yeah, and we got list pulling now too, so you can just do all the things with. We're just adding all the things, and we're gonna have texting here soon too.
Oh, wow.
We're moving, man. And Richard wants to know, what website do you suggest to skip trace or cold call?
So DealMachine app, you can do DealMachine skip tracing. I actually do that when I see a property that is an absolute must. I really feel like I need to talk to that seller right now. So right now that would have to be a pretty house with some with like tall grass and stuff like that. Those are the people I want to talk to immediately, not the ugly tore down houses. I'll catch up with those later. I'm just trying to add those to my DealMachine app and keep it moving. But when it comes to the pretty houses, if I'm seeing like signs of distress and things like that, like it's a house like right not too far down from here, and so like on my street is probably like four houses that was for sale.
Okay, so that's I don't mean to interrupt, but that was my confusion when you did that Instagram post and you showed it. They look like they're in like a cul-de-sac. Is that right? Are they in like a?
Right. So the house. Okay. So this little subdivision is built like a home base, like baseball home base field, like the little thing.
Yeah.
with one line in the middle. So this neighborhood is probably not even a whole 100 houses in this subdivision.
So they don't have to pay HOA fees or anything, because that's what I.
Oh, it's HOA fee because I have to catch up the HOA fee on the other house. So the HOA fees is $50 a month. This is an area where it's like real nice. We have a river. We have a river right here. They have an obstacle course where people can drive their Jeep Wranglers and everybody have four-wheelers.
Oh my gosh.
And there's woods over here. And then they have trails in the woods, tennis court, golf course, and all that stuff. And there's HOA.
Oh, so I always thought that just because HOA, they had to keep it nice. So like, I just never really look in those areas. But so this is like super interesting to me.
Oh yeah. So yeah, HOA, they want their money too.
I'm sure they do. So you cold call the leads. Do you use RVM at all?
Ring this voicemail. No, I don't use RVM. I want to let them know, hey, this is Loopy. Call you about the property on Main Street, wondering if you would still consider selling that property. If so, please give me a call back, 713-352-9933, or you can visit my website at loopygrealty.com. Fill out the information sheet. We'll get back with you within 24 to 48 hours. Have a great day. Click on to the next call. I don't do RVMs. I am the RVM.
Ooh, quote of the day. Oh, we got Shauna is in Houston.
Shauna, holla at me, 713-352-9933. I am serious. I don't play with people time. Hey, don't play with time. I'm all about elevating and adding value.
Okay, so Isaiah came back and he said, was your biggest challenge closing the first deal, and how did you overcome it?
Oh man, closing my first deal. Oh man, so look. Woo.
I'm ready for this. Like, this is good.
Let me rub the money tree. So if y'all don't know what this is the money tree. If you don't know what it is, look it up. But yeah, let me rub the money tree. All right. All right. So my first deal. Okay, so for those that don't know me, I'm Lupi G. Glad y'all tuning in. My fourth deal is what I closed first. Then after that, I closed my third deal. And then third and fourth was my first and second deal. So my biggest challenge on closing my first deal, which is not my first closing, was I had to put a memorandum on the property. I had to put the memorandum in place. Excuse me. I had to put the memorandum in place because the seller tried to go behind my back and sell the property, and we had it under contract. So the crazy thing was that I actually saw another investor on Instagram going through the same thing, I was already familiar with the whole memorandum thing. I mean, not a thing, the memorandum paperwork. And I had a memorandum, so I reached out to him, and he was like, "Hey, send me. Let me see what type of memorandum you have, and let me check it out." So I sent it to him. He was like, "No, use this." I used his memorandum, went to the courthouse, filed it, and then I stepped away because I had got disrespected so bad over the phone. You know, I was like, "Hey, man, I'm Loopy. I'm Loopy." So what I want to do is make sure that I'm gonna put the proper paperwork in place. That way, you and I won't be bumping heads to where that I will actually lose control of the deal altogether. So you guys, you don't have to be combative with these sellers. You know, I want to let you know, especially dealing with what's going on right now in the pandemic, you will have a point in time where you come across these foreclosures. They are motivated to sell. You might come up with the right deal, but don't think for a second that the next person that comes with $500 more, they won't try to sign that contract. So I want to let y'all know the memorandums are definitely something that you will need to put in place. That's something I had to put in place for my first and second deal because it was two different properties by one seller. So I had to put both the properties under a memorandum. You don't need their signature. You need your signature, and you need to have it notarized, and you need to have it filed at the courthouse. You can have it done electronically with your real estate agent and or real estate attorney, or you can go to the courthouse and take off your socks, shoes, belts, and go through metal detectors and stuff like that, which is very horrible and time consuming, paying for parking and things like that. So if you have a real estate agent and not a real estate agent, if you have a real estate attorney, because some of you may be in a state where you don't have a real a title company, which what we have out here, we have the option to use both title company and or real estate attorney. If you're in a real estate attorney place, state, you want to have them to electronically file it, save you some time and things from going to the courthouse. If you're in a title company state, hey, have your escrow agent to electronically file it, and you're good to go. All it needs is your signature. So first deal, had to put the memorandum on it, step back. The title company called me. Hey, are you Loopy? I'm like, yes. What's going on? Hey, we're trying to close on this property. I'm glad y'all trying to close, but hey, with me, we're gonna need $5,000 for us to step away. Because at the end of the day, our time was wasted, and we put a lot of effort into bringing the money and putting the money on the table. And we can't afford to lose out on this deal because this guy wanted to sell the property to somebody else while we were in the middle of trying to present the money and put the money on the table for a successful closing. So what we're going to do, we're just going to step back. If y'all like for us to sign the release of memorandum, that's what you would have to sign to actually release the lien from the property. I was like, hey, when y'all ready to do the release of lien, we're expecting 5,000 over here. So my first two deals actually closed from memorandums, which I had to do nothing or bring a buyer to the table. I didn't have to do anything but make sure I had the proper paperwork in place for not only for myself, but the student and friend at the time that I was training to actually, know how to close deals. And that was a great first deal to actually close in that manner, because that showed us that paperwork actually make the paperwork.
I had no idea you had to go through all of that for your first deal. That's like insane.
Right, but my first deal didn't close first.
Right.
So that was great, because my first closing happened from me using DealMachine, and I closed that deal in 9 days and got 15,000. And then I gave the seller 500 just to keep my word, because he really wanted $2,000. But it was an extra couple fees that came up at closing, and it knocked them down to 1,500. I was making 15,000, so I just shaved off 500 and took 14,500, gave him 500 so he could take his 2,000, and that was great.
I love your heart, Loopy. That's so sweet of you. I have a lot of people asking questions. I want to make sure that I get to all of them. Well, okay.
I have time. So I have the water softener people in here adding the water softener system. I had to water test it last Friday. guess what? The water is 10 times more chlorine than the swimming pool. I said, wait, we need real water, you know. So we have the water softener people right here. I have nothing but time for y'all right now, so I'm not.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Loopy. I'm like, you just are a bowl full of knowledge, and I just want everyone to ask you questions.
Right.
Have you used the Sweet Stop locator? I don't know what that is.
I am the sweet stop, the sweet spot, the everything. Properties. I know my market inside and out. I know what I'm looking for inside and out. The difference between me and a lot of you guys on here is that some of you, if not all of you, are taught to go out and DealMachine ugly houses only. Look at me right now. I am in a 2018 all brick house right now. That DealMachine, it was built in 2018 in a neighborhood that is very, very good neighborhood.
HOA fees. There's HOA fees.
Let me tell y'all this right here, because this right here is weird. I never had this happen. So like you put your trash can out in the driveway, they come, they pick it up, they throw it in the trash can. In a truck.
Right.
Put your trash can down, they keep it moving, they hop on the back of the truck. We not in the city, I'm in the country, y'all. I'm somewhere else I can't tell y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing is everybody trash cans be out. Mine be at my garage. So whoever the trash guy is, they like me, you know what I'm saying? So they like if I miss to put out my trash, which I missed the past couple of days on accident, and I come outside, everybody trash can everywhere, and they done dump mine and roll mine all the way back up where I had it and everything. Man, it's such a blessing. It's just a blessing to be where I'm at today, just for deciding to change my life and do something positive. It's just been so much positive stuff happening for me, and I'm grateful for the fact that these guys been pulling my trash can up.
Aw, that's so sweet.
So DealMachine pretty houses, you might not have to take your trash to the curb.
I was about to say, okay, so we're gonna have to do another live where you just talk about DealMachine pretty houses. Like I'm gonna need that to be a live here like very soon. What company do you use for text blasting?
What company I use for text blasting? So I use more than one company. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna give y'all one company that I use, and you probably can go to my bio and click the link in my bio. But it's Lead Sherper, LEADSHERPA, Lead Sherper. So that's who I use. I have other people that I use also for text blasting and stuff like that. But in order to get that is top secret G13 classified. You're gonna have to take my training course.
Ooh, shoot. If you don't follow Loopy G already on Instagram, you need to.
But Lead Sherper is tough. So we got to talk to Davis if y'all gonna do like text blasting and stuff like that. You know, so
talk to him. It's in the works.
Woo, I got some good ideas.
You always have really good ideas. You need to be writing them down and sending them.
The great thing about being Loopy is that, you know, everybody is really have really taken a liking to me. So I've been able to utilize different people's services and seeing what other people have to offer out here. So yeah, I'm full of ideas. Next, what do y'all have for us?
Okay, if you I don't know anyone if you don't like Loopy, there's something wrong, because Loopy's just okay. So this gentleman, Anthony, wants to know how he would attack this.
I just downloaded my whole zip code, over 9,000 properties. What did you do it from DealMachine?
Probably could have.
Attack this list. I'm looking up absentee owners to see. See, that's the thing. Anthony, like, to be honest with you, like, let me take a sip of this water.
Do you want to do your promo for the water too?
Yeah, did y'all see my face? This is some of the best water on the planet. Aquapana, aka Loopy water. And in a little while, some of these lives y'all gonna be seeing is gonna be sponsored by these people when y'all see Loopy face on it. So be on the lookout for it.
I'm looking for it, man.
start drinking out of glass bottles. So yes, Anthony, to be honest with you, as far as how would I attack that list, I don't know if I would even attack that list at all, because to be honest with you, there's no specific criteria in there. You basically have all the same criteria that all the gurus and everybody else say to go after, and that's why I'm in this house right here talking to y'all right now, because I did something completely different. They don't tell you to call the real estate agent signs. I mean, they don't tell you the DealMachine and drive for dollars and get all the houses with real estate agent signs. Reach out to the sellers and not the real estate agents, and ask them what type of relationship do they have with a real estate agent, because that's how I ended up getting this house, was for actually calling the guy, asking them, hey, I know that you're trying to sell it with a real estate agent. To be honest with you, I have a house. I just closed on a house in that same neighborhood right across the way from your house. And I was wondering, what type of relationship do you have with your real estate agent? That way, if you and I can come up with a deal that makes sense for the both of us, we can either compensate the real estate agent, on the side, or, if they don't mind, they can just terminate the contract without penalizing you. That'll work also. So if y'all don't ask these questions, y'all not even gonna know that y'all have a potential deal with all the houses that you passing up that have real estate agent signs. Boom! I just dropped a hot one. Hey, y'all don't play with me. Y'all better holler at me. I do got the training courses for pretty houses and showing you how to DealMachine. I do it all.
I mean, okay, so like you just blew my mind, because like I'm thinking they have a contract with these people, do they not? So you're
that's how you sound right now. Oh, is the Wi-Fi good? You don't never freeze up. It was like I was like you doing the robot. Look, I got you. I am full of this good information. So what I do is I call the seller, not the agent, because we DealMachine the houses, right?
My mind's blown that they're in a contract with this real estate agent, and so.
But you don't know who they have the contract with. So this guy actually had a contract. That's why I'm gonna break it down to you.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So the guy, I just had to drop the bomb first. That was like the boom. Then you see the little cloud.
My hair's got fringe on it from the flames. It's okay. Go.
So look, this ain't it though. So I said, hey. So the guy was like, oh no, that me getting a contract on terminated be no problem. That's my sister-in-law. Who's bad?
What?
Who's bad? That sounds like Michael Jackson. So I was like, okay, cool. Now the next thing was for me to actually present a deal that made sense to him. Mm-hmm. I actually needed to ask him and gather information that made sense. So once I did that, it was like, okay, now I understand. You're in a position to where that, hey, time is ticking. You're starting to get in arrears now because you haven't been paying the monthly note, and on top of that, the house is vacant. You're not staying in the house. So all the motivation to actually sell and get rid of the house was there. Now my thing is, with there being some equity into the property, but not enough, because the house was built in 2018, so that was like 20,000 or so worth of equity. Would you be open to selling this property with terms? And once they ask what term is, hey, that's me taking over the property, paying on your debt on your behalf. So would you actually sell this property for what you owe on it? Because if you try to sell it traditionally, hey, you trying to get this price, which is not going to work, because most likely you're going to have to come to the closing table with money. Boom, he ain't had the money to come to the closing table, so Loopy made the closing table. Loopy made the closing table. I closed on this property at my Airbnb, and it was off the chain.
How many Airbnbs do you have?
I actually have one. So me and my partner, that we have the house. So Chevy, my buddy Chevy, man, he's like my brother. He's in Shreveport, Louisiana. I gave him a list of calls, so he called it. That's how we got this house over here. I gave him another list of calls, so now we have a 4-story townhouse in Midtown, like right at downtown. Actually got tenants in there booked all the way to most likely almost November that they'll be standing there. So we just got the Airbnb up. As soon as we put it up for like 2 days, it was booked to November. So we have one Airbnb, and it looks like it's going to be a smash hit, and extremely happy and grateful for the opportunity to not only be able to work with him, but to actually be able to, basically have a hotel.
And you are like just on fire, my friend. And the fact, if you guys don't know, look at Chevy Green too. He's also a DealMachine member. He's built out his as well. So Isaiah did say he was really proud of himself. He got you to rub the money tree. So he was super excited about that. And then Arthur wants to say thank you, Loopy G. I love the app. I'm just getting started with DealMachine, but it makes it so much better. Thank you, Arthur. So glad to have you with us.
So Arthur, what I like for you to do is go to Loopy. Everybody on here, if you're really not familiar with how to use DealMachine, I actually kind of did a little trial run. Well, I did a couple of trial runs with a couple of my friends showing them how to DealMachine houses. And we actually he DealMachine 267 houses, and it was like in an hour and 45 minutes. And I had like well over 300. So, and that was with me stopping and explaining. So if you go on my YouTube channel, Lupi G, REI, you'll actually go through the YouTube videos, and you'll actually find the videos where I was doing the training with my buddy showing him how to DealMachine houses. So that's why I was letting you know, when you go out and DealMachine houses, if I'm out under less than 2 hours and I have over 300 leads in my DealMachine app, I know if you go out 2 to 4 hours, you should have the minimum of 250 leads.
I love it. Clinton wants to know if he can get a copy of that memorandum.
So I don't really do legal advice like that. So in my training course, you take my training course, I will provide you with certain documents. I will tell you that, the memorandum do come in my training course, but we're taking the training course. There are some things that, I cover, and those are one of the things I cover. So that comes with the training course on. So, hit me in my DM and we can make something work.
I have a bunch of people here. I've got Keith, who's in Baltimore, and Daniel, who's in Austin, Texas. But people are asking about if they can holler at you, do some JV work.
Portia on here, the one my friend was just telling you about. We actually have property subject to in Pennsylvania. She's on here. She's actually tapping in. She probably at work. What's up, Portia? Appreciate you. Full of support.
Love it. So I have people who are asking if they can work with you, even if they're outside of I think you're open to that, but I just wanted to let you answer it.
Open book. Just reach out to me. I don't like to waste time. I just want to make sure everybody's maximizing their potential as a person and as a being. That way we can be leveling each other up. Remember, Lupi G stands for Level Up Property Investors Group. So I came into this business and making sure that not only people tell me to level up and respect me as a businessman, but my thing and my goal is to form a small circle of millionaires. So yeah, hit me up. That's what Lupi G is all about. So everybody can be Lupi G. Let's get it.
I do have Portia. Ooh, Portia's so pretty. Portia, that's a killer picture. Real estate investor says you're a blessing to him, Loopy G.
I appreciate it. You're blessing me also. Everybody that's tuning in on here, all this is blessings for me. I'm a very humbled individual.
Portia, I love you too. When all this is, Loopy's Instagram name is Loopy G. Is it Loopy _G?
Right. So it's like L.U.P.I_G because Loopy G is actually an acronym. So people don't understand that when they see that, but that's why it's like that, because it's actually an acronym.
I'm putting it right now. Okay. L.U.P.I.
No, not cocky, man. I am not cocky. Do not say that, man. I just know that I've been doing this for a minute. I am not cocky, man. I am very humbled and I'm confident, and I do know what I'm talking about. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm making sure that we get in the right direction, because I am full of information, and there's a lot of people that like to pass information to Loopy, because Loopy is going to add value and make sure I do right with the information.
Loopy, what is the training course site, or do you just want them to DM you on Instagram?
Go to the link in my bio. I think everything is on the link in my bio, and then reach out to me on DM me on Instagram or whatever. Like I just told y'all my number 713-352-9933. Like that is my real number.
And I'll have everything linked in this description as well. And Loopy will be on here again, because we're going to be talking about DealMachine pretty houses, because that's like blowing my mind right now. And I do have to wrap this up only because I have some more meetings to go to. But I want to do another one.
Hey, I see a go giver, gotta love it, right? So I'm glad that you said that, Cam. Because Cam, if you don't know that there is actually a book called Go Giver. Suggest everybody on here read that book, and it's talking about modern day stuff, things that are that we are going through today, as far as it being space age type book. Is one of those books where it's talking about the web and everything like that. So Go Giver, yeah, get that book. That's an actual book.
Okay,
real.
There's another question for you.
All right, but what I'm hearing, can you give another scenario strategy when drive for dollars? Oh, well, my strategy is basically simple, man. Like I said, I go for the ugly houses, and my thing is I go for pretty houses also. And then with the ugly houses and pretty houses, you still have those open and endless opportunities to actually get those houses with the real estate agent signs in front. And then also the land. If y'all think the land don't sell, if y'all skipping over these lots, then that's another scenario. Because I closed on a 300 and it was $318,000 deal on some land. It was like a 10,000 square foot lot or something like that.
Holy!
So it sold for $318,000. So I'm talking about a little lot can sell for that much. I think y'all should actually make sure y'all go out and DealMachine land. It's not even all about the houses. If I can DealMachine a piece of dirt and sell it, I'm DealMachining that. So whatever whatever you can pull up on DealMachine, I suggest you DealMachine. If you can start DealMachining cars, I would start DealMachining cars.
Didn't you DealMachine a house because you liked the car in the driveway?
Right. So I actually DealMachined a few houses like that, and I actually didn't call them to ask them about the house. I called to ask them about the car. So
I love it.
Right. Okay. So, you can come across all type of deals, because like these antique cars and stuff like that, man, I had to call them. It was like an old Camaro or something. It made sense.
Yeah.
How many deals we closed using DealMachine? To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't really be. To be honest with you, I really don't keep counting. I'm not saying that just to say it. I'm saying that because I really haven't kept count.
I will put Loopy's number, if he's okay with it, in the description for you guys, just so that way you guys can contact him. But do you want to say it again one more time, Loopy, for him?
And I said it like 10 times. Hey, this time I'm gonna drive this traffic. I'm gonna funnel this traffic, all this traffic to my Instagram, because click my bio. My number's in my bio all day.
There you go. Loopy, I love it. He does lives all the time. He shows you step by step where he's going. Bob, yes, that is my Instagram ID. And then anyways, I hate to wrap this up right now, but I have to run to another meeting. But Loopy, thank you so much. Also, send me the link to your swag shop, because I want some of that. I want that pillow one.
Everything is in my bio.
All right. Everyone go to the bio link.
I got you. I'll make sure you straight. Everybody, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. At least have to go. I really don't, so it ain't my fault. But we will do this again. We actually was thinking about doing like a series. So hopefully we may be putting that in the making, so that I'm adding a ton of value to you guys. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Loopy. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye, guys.